Hey there, it's me again. I did manage to get Miss Pris back in the bed, and I stayed up a couple hours to just, kind of take stock in my studio, figure out what projects I have going on that I'd like to, continue working on, some things that I would rather put on hold. Are you guys the type that you have more than one project going at once, or are you more of a, start out with one thing and get that done before you start something else? I totally used to be a one project at a time person, but I don't know. Lately, I have such a terrible time finishing what I have started before or inspiration catches me in another like mind frame or something, and I jump to the next thing. And then before I have that one finished, I'm jumping again to another thing, and my mind has just jumped and jumped and jumped to where I swear I probably have 20 things going at once. And it's absolutely ridiculous. There's no sense in it. I really need to finish some of the stuff I have going on before I start anything else. But I can't help it. I'm gonna be starting with some of those books that I showed in the last video. But I did pull some things out of my project stash just to kind of show you guys, where I'm at with some things. A lot of it's springtime and summer related, and here we are. It's going to be fall, but oh well, you'll have that there's always next year. But I jumped on here mainly to show you guys the pocket that I had mentioned in my last video, a pocket that I stumbled across by mistake that was just kind of sticking out of some work papers. It was just a sheet of paper that was folded in half, and then the each side of the paper was folded like in or out, whichever. I don't know. And the way it happened to be laying showed two pockets, conveniently enough. They were teeny tiny, but two pockets nonetheless. I was going to show you the little guy, but I don't. Oh, here. Yeah. This is the piece, and it's actually coffee dye paper. I have no idea what it was doing in my work stuff, but it was just laying on some work papers just like that. And I said, just kind of fell out, to the side. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. There's a pocket here and a pocket here. Super simple, all out of, just one sheet of paper. So you definitely want longer paper for this. I mean, I guess you could use shorter, but the shorter the paper, the shorter your pockets are going to be. This is just a teeny tiny piece, and it'd be perfect in a little mini journal. But the thing I'm going to use, no, I won't use that one because it's hard to see. These two were my mock, just kind of thrown together really fast to just show you the gist of it. This one was intended to be used as would be intended to be used as a page in your journal. As you're flipping along, you come to this page, and then you flip, and then, you'd flip that one. And the way I made it work, it ended up giving me a pocket on the side too. That's a lot to explain, and I am not the best teacher in the world, and I stumble over my words still, so I'm not going to get into all that. But, just play around with it. It's super easy to figure out once you see where you're at. But here we have a pocket here and a pocket here. And if this was in a book that I was actually, making for somebody, I would have folded this down. I honestly should have, just for, for the for the sake, excuse me, of the project here showing you, but I didn't. And then, like I said, the pocket on the side. And then here I have a smaller version of the same thing. And you could even just use, say that the one panel was all you had. All you had was this. Okay, let's use the little one for that. All you had was this. Pocket here and a pocket here. Let me put something in here. I don't have anything super teeny tiny. Say this was your, you only have one sheet. It's not folded to be in a journal. Well, you could easily just, stick it on the side of a page then and sew along the side like an L, sew or glue along the side and then across the bottom. And then you'd have, a pocket here, and a pocket in the back. So it doesn't have to be, a page in a journal. And then as I was playing around with the typewriting pages, I also discovered this, and this would be with just one sheet, not a signature sheet. This one was made out of, you know, you flip the page. It was a whole page. This is just one part of the page. And fold it in half. See, it's not as long, so my pockets are going to be a good bit shorter. Fold it in half, fold it up, and fold it up again. See, it's a good bit shorter, which, you know, no big deal. But you could also put it alongside the page, I realized. Duh. And same here, you know, it's taller. I just kind of showed you that with the little guy, but that was, you know, more, I don't know. Anyways, we're going at it again. And then pocket here, and a pocket here. And if you made it, like I made this one to where the sides were open, it could also be a tall pocket at the top. So, all right, well, I have this sheet of ledger, which stuff like this for me anyways is perfect. I've had this, this somewhat older ledger paper that we dug out of the recycling bin, but it's not like super old, nothing fancy, but it was perfect, you know, for, I knew it would come in handy and be perfect for something, and here we are. So you fold that bad boy in half. I always start with the wrong side. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, we'll start over. Fold them in half. And then, you know, wherever you want your first pocket to be, you can fold it wherever you want. to make the edge of the pocket, you know, if you wanted it way up here, just, you know that, or, you know, then you got to take into consideration wherever you're going to fold this one at as well. I kind of like them to be a little bit more even, like even looking. They're not exact by any means, but it's a little more, you know, spaced out. So in half, and then up again, and it's easy peasy. And for this one, excuse me, see, you would just want to like glue here. So you have your pocket here. If you decide to glue here, and then fold up and just glue right here. There'd be a little gap there, but then that's how you'd have your side pocket. Okay, now pockets aside, I hope that made sense. I still kind of fumble over my words, and I get just a little tiny bit nervous for the videos, and I have a hard time explaining myself anyways, especially when I'm trying to show somebody something that, you know, that they might not know how to do already, and it would be just much easier if you guys were all here in my kitchen with me, and I would love that, but, you know. So I just wanted to, you know, just kind of show you guys some things that I've been working on. I have tons of these little mini guys. They're wraparounds. There's 4 of them here in various states of completion. But mainly they're little wraparound journals that it was my intention to have this part on the top. I need some focal points. I don't have a printer and I don't have a scanner, so I struggle to find images that I like enough in books, you know, that I already have the actual image. I struggle to find that I like enough, you know, to put on the front. I do have I think I showed you guys this in another video. I want to make up some more of these, and I think they would be gorgeous on covers of journals. This one would have to be way smaller, obviously, but, you know, you get the point. You guys, I'm losing my voice, and I sound like the twin sisters on The Simpsons that chain smoke and sound like like 90-year-old men with their voices. I apologize. But, you know, it's just a plain little simple journal. I have all the pages ready. It's ready to sew up. I just got to get a pocket on the inside and figure out what I'm putting on the front. And then these are just some extra little pockets I have that I guess tucked in there. I have a cute idea for some flip out pockets on these too, just to kind of make them a little more, you know, interesting. It's a check stub from the 1920s that I glued onto some other, oh good Lord, other book paper. I thought it would be cute to put there and glue here and here so that you can have a pocket behind. And then, you know, it would be closed most of the time, so you wouldn't even really know that you could open up. And it's kind of a little bit of a hidden journaling spot. Anyways, and I love these little gift card envelopes. Our favorite pizza place had these, and we got some gift cards for our family for Christmas, and I got an envelope for each one of them. But you see, no, none of our family got the envelope. I kept the envelopes, and I stuck the gift cards down in a card. I liked the envelopes too much. So there's those. Let's see here. I have these. These are just super simple little, that needs glued a little bit more. They were the little mini composition notebooks that I got at Walmart. They're like 50 cents. Or I think actually they come in a pack of 3 for 99 cents, I think. Anyhow, I just kind of collaged them a little bit and lined the inside. I want to put this little teeny envelope on the inside. Thought they'd be great little gifts to go along with people who purchase stuff, or, you know, gifts for Christmas or whatever. Again, I need a focal point. I think they're cute without one, but it'd be nice to have one. That one I went around the edges with Stabilo, and I'm not super crazy about it. But, so there's the hose. These, I have a stack of these, 12 of them. 12 of these that I cannot find them. I have no idea where I stuck them. They were intended to be just simple little notebooks. I have all the paper cut for the insides of them. This is just some of the paper that I had cut. It's all in an envelope in my filing cabinet, but, you know, different kinds of notebook paper, some graph paper, some coffee dye paper, and some ledger that were just going to be simple little tie-in. Again, and I kept the sides. I kept these on there thinking that I would make some kind of flip with a pocket or something. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet, but so I have that, 12 of those. I thought those were cute too. A while back, I had been considering setting up renting a booth and setting up, and the lady, she was going to give me a really good deal on it too, but then I ended up, you know, going and getting my granddaughter and stuff, and I didn't have enough things made up to really even set up a booth. And that's when I was like mass making all the little notebooks and out of the wrapping paper I just showed you, the gold and all that. Eventually I think that would be fun to do, but I just haven't got there yet. And then I'm going to show you guys my eco die too at the very end. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. This, I have 3 other school type books in the works too. Some of these need trimmed. I keep a lot of them long, but I don't keep them long to where they're, you know, they look like that. That looks terrible. But, you know, they'd be like all around and just kind of poking. Anyways, I loved these school books. This one's basically ready, aside from it needs bound. It needs, you know, tied in. All the pages are ready. Here's a little writing board that I made to go with it. There are a couple little embellishments I'd like to make with this. For these, excuse me, mainly school themed, you know, children's dictionary. Any pages that are in the book that are not blank are school themed, or, you know, like a textbook, science or whatever, what have you. I thought this suit turned out super cute though. And I have, like I said, there's 3 others. 3 other books with different titles that I have going too. I went back and forth, and that's a pocket that just needs, yeah, I have some work to do in these still, but I went back and forth with these. At the beginning, I had them, that's just extra paper. I had them tied in, or I mean, not tied in, excuse me, sorry. My thought at the beginning was to have them a random mix of paper inside the journal, like not just school themed, but I had like cookbook and stuff like that. And then I was like, man, maybe I should just keep it keep it, you know, one thing, school related or, you know, kid related. So I went to that, and then I was like, no, I went back again and put the cookbook and, you know, just the stuff we like, music, all that. And then ended up taking it out again. I started these when we still lived in West Virginia. So over 3 years ago, probably close to 4. This one and the other 3 that I have. Like, come on, Sheena, get with it, you know? And in my last video, I had mentioned buying really good, like, sketch paper and watercolor paper and such to make some sketchbooks out of these books. This one's not in the greatest condition, and I actually almost folded it in half just to see what it would look like that. But I have tons of these from the 1950s, and I thought they would be really, really pretty. Just just sketchbooks with plain paper inside of them. You know, really, really nice paper. And I'd like to have an open style binding on them, so probably Coptic bound or something similar. So there's that, and I thought I would show you guys my eco dye. This was my first time trying that, but I had a really good time, and I was actually like really, really happy with the way things turned out. So I have it in order. The first pages that I'm showing are like cheap copy paper, and I was like shocked to see like how well the prints turned out on just regular old copy paper. The lighter colored ones were pages that were more towards the top. As they get darker, they were pages that were closer to the bottom, and obviously the bottom was at the bottom of the pan, and I never thought to flip them over. So obviously the bottom got hotter, so that got darker. I love this one. It's close to one of my faves. The print took amazingly. Orange there, and this is just copy paper too. And when it changes from copy paper, I'll say that I think this was a little bit heavier duty. I have different weights of copy paper. I think this was 24 pound if I'm not mistaken. And this one too. This one's beautiful too. So yeah, there's a learning curve for sure. I think I made it a little bit too tight. Well, I know I did. You can see, you know, I damaged the paper in some areas as I tied it so tight. Like either that or cut the stem. I didn't leave the stems on the leaves, but you know, the thicker part up through the center, maybe I flatten that out better before I put them in the paper, something. I don't know, but like I said, there's definitely a learning curve, but it's beautiful nonetheless. I don't mind that in it, honestly. I'll use it for collage or something. This is office paper. It's one of them's resume paper. One of the next 2 is resume, and the other one is like cotton. It's probably resume paper too, but it's cotton instead of, you know, just one's parchment and one's cotton resume paper. I don't know. Anyways, you know, it's not copy paper and it's not sketch or mixed media paper. This one turned out pretty too. I just think it's awesome how, you know, you can get it to where you see the skeleton and the leaves. It was really fun, and I picked up a bottle of iron, you know, just iron supplement to put, excuse me, in my next batch. That I've heard that's what gives you like the more like real dark blue, almost gray looking hues in the back of the paper. Just iron sulfate, like, you know, that you take as a supplement. I did use alum in this batch. Alum as the mordant, and a tiny bit of baking soda, and I put vinegar in the water as well at the beginning. I like these dark grungy looking ones. I really do. Grunge is really has like taken a hold of me a lot lately anyhow, so I was really happy with the darker ones. And I have no idea what kind of paper this is. I got a huge stack of it with this little boy printed on it from the recycling center, like probably 250 sheets. But it's really nice paper. It's some kind of cotton or resume, something like that. But I don't know why that turned out lighter than that, but it has something to do with the ink in him because it's right along the edge of his head. I liked this one a lot too. Not all of the papers showed the orange of the stem in those leaves. And I'm going to have to find out the name of the tree that I got the leaves from. I used mostly the same thing, except you'll see on this sketch paper, I did use some of the pressed ferns and stuff that I had. But whatever tree it is, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. The leaves are like a deep maroon color. This was the sketch paper that I showed in the last video. It ripped at the very beginning, and I got mad at it before I even put any leaves on it, so I kind of balled it up and just tossed it to the side. Well, then at the very end, I ended up having leftover leaves that I didn't realize I did. I turned around, and there on my counter was just, you know, a pile of just a couple more. And it was the last sheet of paper I had ready that I had soaked in mordant. So I took it and thought, well, it's worth a shot, and it turned out beautiful. I love this one too. Absolutely love it. That sketch paper, I was shocked at how well it took. This is the other part of the sketch paper. This was when I thought that I was out of everything, and I was just like scrambling to find stuff. I used a pressed fern, and I folded it differently it's hard to explain, but it turned out really pretty though. It took really well. This was just pieces of bark off of a crepe myrtle tree. I had been boiling that, trying to press it because I thought it would be, you know, gorgeous cut into like tag shapes. I used some seeds and just ground up some flowers and tossed in the water too, just to see what it would do. And that's like, it's all coming out of this paper. But, oh gosh, sorry. I went from the crepe myrtle to the dirt on my page, or I mean on my mat. But I wasn't able to get the crepe myrtle to lay flat, but I think I need to reboil it and get it, you know, nice and pliable. And then I need to press it under something way more heavy. I wasn't fully prepared the night I did it. I was just kind of messing around, and maybe iron it at the end. I don't know. I'm going to try again, but I thought it would be beautiful just to slip in a pocket in a journal. And I'd like to go, right now, the birch trees in our area are like shedding their bark, and I would love to go get some of that. This was mixed media paper, and it turned out beautiful too. I'd love to have a shirt that I'm gonna have to try to make a shirt for sure, because tie-dye is my thing anyways, and this is just it's like way better than tie-dye even. It's so beautiful. Yeah, the mixed media paper did really well too. It took the color awesomely. Mixed media paper again. That makes it really pretty. And then this one's watercolor paper. I really wasn't thrilled with how it turned out, to be honest. I gotta try to get, some of that's coming off, but some of it's not. I mean, it turned out pretty. It's just super heavy. I guess as a cover, it would be pretty. Just not quite sure, you know, what I'll do with it, but I'll definitely find some use for it. It's beautiful. I don't mean that it's not pretty. I just feel like most of the others turned out better. And then here is just some more papers with that, the crepe myrtle that I boiled it. I laid them out to dry on some coffee stain paper just to see what would happen, and, you know, stacked them up and put them under some really heavy pans. And it did, you know, I got some pretty effects, but nothing spectacular, but I thought it looked really pretty against the coffee dye paper. It'd be pretty in a grungy journal or a, you know, spring plus, you know, nature themed journal. But, yeah, nature gives us some beautiful stuff to work with, that's for sure. If you have lasted this long through this video, you deserve an award. I have been kind of rambly, and my voice is terrible, so. But anyways, thanks for watching. Give me a comment below if you give the pocket thing a try, or if you have any questions, definitely ask them. I always answer the comments. And I enjoy that, actually, like corresponding with you guys. So, or conversating, I should say, with you guys. So, you know, if you have any questions, let me know. And I really hope it was somewhat coherent enough to follow. So, have a good night, guys. Hopefully, I'll be able to make, you know, more videos more on a regular basis. Maybe soon anyways. So, hope everyone's doing well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.